Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to make gaff cards, double back gaff cards. Everybody needs these if you're doing tricks with cards. You guys know that these are a must. The ones I'm showing you here, these come with, if you guys go to any site, I guess Illusionist or Amazon or whoever, and buy, the bicycle, Black Ghost or the Shadow Masters or Tiger Decks or whatever, they usually give you a double back. These ones I actually made myself because I like to have 2 or 3 per whatever deck I perform with. And the reason I'm showing you these ones is, if you look at them, these are ones that I made. There's no creases on them. The thickness is exactly what it should be. I don't do what other people do. A lot of guys will just take, 2 playing cards and glue it together. But I know I can pick it out within 1,000 cards. I'll know that there's 2 cards glued together. I just feel the difference. So for the guys out there who like having them as close to original as possible, that's just what I'm going to show you. If you see my other video, I showed you guys how to separate the layers of playing cards, and it's a pretty easy method. So I went ahead and already got these ready for this video. Since we're going to use just regular, blue back rider bicycle cards, you're gonna need 1 card, and we're gonna peel the back off of the one, leaving the other 2 layers on here. So we're only using this, blue back paper on this one. And the second card I started, but I figured I'll finish on video. Same thing, but we're taking off the front layer and leaving the 2 layers on the blue on the back here. Because then when we attach this blue back to this one, it'll be the exact thickness and feel of 1 card and not 2 cards. So go watch my other video and I'll show you how to do this if you already didn't see it. But I'll finish this one now. So we're just going to finish pulling this one off. Okay, that's it. Get rid of that. So we only need this. Okay, this is both pieces now. The back and the middle piece is still on here. And on this one, we took off, we're getting rid of the face and the middle piece and just using the back. So this will get glued on here. And like I showed you, I explained this in the other video too. Once you glue this on, and then the way that I've showed you guys how to take these off, once this dries and you press this in between a book with some heavy weights on top, there won't be 1 crease in here, not 1, mark. Even if you look at this, I don't know if you can see it in the video, besides this little corner, you see there's not, this card's perfect. And you'll see the same with this. Now this, when you take it off, of course you're going to get some roll marks, but even holding it, I think you can see, but you'll see it better when I glue it. There's my glue. Okay, right here. So I like to use, glue sticks that have the purple coloring, because then you can always see where the glue is. You don't have to worry about missing a spot, and then you have to try to peel this back off and do it again, and it's a pain in the ass. So just get the purple glue stick. It dries clear. So you're going to give this a nice, heavy, but not too heavy. You don't want gobs of glue on there, because that's what's going to cause bubbles and ripples. And this glue, believe it or not, these kids, like children's glue sticks, people don't realize this. These things dry so hard, it's almost like using crazy glue or Gorilla Glue. Try to get all the spots, even where your fingers were. Okay, get rid of this. You don't need to do any on the back. Now, this part's a little tricky. What I do is I usually pick the card up and I start like from an edge, and like give it a little tap so it holds it for you. And then you can still, if you just do the top corners like this, you can still maneuver the paper to the perfect position. Okay. All right. Just like that. And what I do is I usually work from one side. Always work from the middle and work your way out. That way you get all the bubbles out. Okay. All right. Like that. And like this. Okay. Now, once I do that, I just I mean, you guys know too, be careful when you're trying to use your finger, because on these, any cards that have any coloring to the backs, if you rub it hard enough and in the same spot long enough, you'll smear that ink. So believe it or not, I find this one of the easiest and best tools to use because of the shape. The shape is like perfect to do work on cards. And then I use this as like a squeegee. And it's absolutely perfect as far as a tool to use when working on playing cards. Now I'm showing you guys how to do this with just a double-backed, rider card. You can make any card you want. You can make any type of gaff card you want. And I'm going to show you some videos coming up. I got one where there's going to be a layer of, flash paper. I mean, I got all kinds of really cool, crazy cards coming up, but that's pretty much it. If you see, I'll try to get the best angles. There's nothing. If you flip it over, okay, you can see it's almost, here, if you see this in the light a little bit, there's a tiny bit of like ripple just right here. That will completely disappear. Okay, when you put this in a book and leave it, everybody says glue dries in, 15 minutes, half hour. I leave mine for a couple hours. I put it in a book. If I open the book, find something with a solid cover, something heavy. When I put them in a book, I'll put the book, shut the book. I try to put as many weights as I can on this. Whatever I find. I did like 6 or 8 yesterday, put them in a book, and I actually put a compressor on top of it just to really smash it down, because when the longer it sits in between the book, the more it flattens and levels out. But now you have a double back card that's just the same width, feel of a regular card. Versus gluing 2 cards together and having that real thick feel to it. So if you need help with, separating these cards, like I said, let me know down below, or go check out my other video, because that's exactly, you have to do all those steps in my other video to prepare for this like we just did. All right, take care.